This is a sad, it's a sad fight indeed. Thinking about it, I'm thinking, okay, all right. What does fighting Jan Zavek, this is who Erislandy Lara is fighting, our WBA champion at 154 pounds, or recognized as the champion at 154 pounds. I'm not counting Floyd. I'm talking about when it comes to natural 154 pound fighters, Erislandy Lara, in my opinion, is the #1 guy. So what does fighting Jan Zavek do for the career of a Erislandy Lara? Jan Zavek is known for, he's the guy that got beat up by Andre Berto after Andre Berto lost to Victor Ortiz. He's the guy that got beat up by Keith Thurman, and now he's fighting at 154 against Erislandy Lara. And then people say Erislandy Lara should be fighting GGG. Let's get one thing fans don't understand. Well, there's a lot of fans that don't understand the political landscape when it comes to boxing, when it comes to what fighters can fight what fighters and who can't fight who. Erislandy Lara is a premier boxing champions, Al Heyman, NBC, Spike TV, ESPN, CBS, NBC Sports, Bounce TV fighter. Gennady Golovkin is an HBO fighter. I would love to see the fight, but I don't feed into what Erislandy Lara say he will bust GGG up. I don't feed into what Abel Sanchez talks about how GGG would beat and stalk and knock out Erislandy Lara. I don't listen to it. But if I was to put on my hat and say, okay, well, fantasy matchup, because that's all it is. Erislandy Lara and Golovkin is a fantasy matchup. That's all it is. If I were to put both of them in the ring, I would have a similar fight to Canelo. Versus Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara will be doing a lot of moving, and we really would know if Golovkin can really cut off the ring or not. We really would know where Golovkin's boxing skills and his in-ring IQ is if he was able to cut off a ring against Erislandy Lara. I would give Erislandy Lara the slight edge, but it's all about what we will learn from Golovkin in that fight. Like, would he be able to catch your Erislandy Lara, cut off the ring, and look good doing it? Would he be able to do something that Alfredo Angulo was able to do and put him down and almost stop him late in the fight? So the fight can happen. I don't ever see the fight happening. And that's enough. We're going to talk about Golovkin versus Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara is good. I would have loved to see Floyd Mayweather choose Erislandy Lara instead of Andre Berto. He chose Andre Berto for what? I don't know. Erislandy Lara would have been a nice, good fight, a nice, good, solid fight. Erislandy Lara is not a big 154-pound guy. He's the type that'll weigh in at 154 and come into the ring at like 165, something like that, maybe even if that. And we know Floyd Mayweather is fighting guys who are coming in around that weight at welterweight. So I would have loved to see that fight. It would have been a real test of skill and style. Even though I have Floyd Mayweather winning, it would have been a very highly close and competitive fight to the point. It would have been exciting. Let's just say that right here, right now. It wouldn't have been an exciting fight. We're not saying it would have been exciting. But what we would have seen for the hardcore boxing fans is that chess match, is you one in that room just quiet and you just watching who's going to faint. You know, it would have been beautiful. But we get Erislandy Lara versus Jan Zavek. Now, he beat Austin Trout. He fought Canelo. Miguel Cotto is at 160 pounds right now. And even if Miguel Cotto wasn't fighting at 160 pounds right now, I don't feel politically a Miguel Cotto Erislandy Lara fight could be made. I would love to see it. It would be a big fight in my opinion, but I just don't believe it could be made. And I don't believe that Miguel Cotto would take that fight, because Canelo only took the fight because he got balls and he's got heart. So I don't see that happening. I would like to see Erislandy Lara versus one of the Charlo brothers, the Charlo that's not trained by Ronnie Shields. I would love to see that. They won't do that, though. I don't see PBC doing that. I don't see it. I don't see Al Heyman doing that. I don't see Lara wanting to fight Charlo and Charlo wanting to fight Lara. I don't see it. Well, Charlo may want to fight Lara because Lara will be the A side in the situation, but I don't see Lara would like to want to do that, or Al Heyman to allow that. Julian Williams, up-and-coming fringe contender prospect. I don't see Julian Williams versus Aries Lindy Lara anytime soon. And I'm thinking they got to start getting risky and frisky with Aries Lindy Lara, because he's fighting at 154 pounds. Is really not much there for them. Oh, he could have fought Joshua Clottey. And why didn't he fight Joshua Clottey? There you go. Why not fight Joshua Clottey? That fight was out there for him. But what I'm saying is they got to start matching him up tough, or maybe even move him to 160 pounds, because he wants to make money. He wants to be a known name at this point in time in his career. He's got to start fighting big fights. I don't want to see him go along the PBC trail of just fighting guys just to make money, because frankly, this fight doesn't make any sense. What is the point and purpose of this fight? I see no reason whatsoever why the caliber of a fighter as Aries Lindy Lara should be fighting a fighter like Jan Zavek, who's coming up a weight class, who's lost to Keith Thurman, who's lost to Andre Berto. Hell, have Andre Berto move to 147, or have Keith Thurman move up to 140. I'm not saying, I'm just saying the fight makes no sense. I don't want to start going into hypothetical bullshit matchups, you know, so... T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. We're going to try to get somebody down there to the Aries Lindy Lara fight. Like, it's just a fight for Aries Lindy Lara to make some money. It's just a fight for him to make some money and just build some fans, because this fight's going to be on ESPN, if I'm correct, to build some fans. I would love to see, I can't wait to see what Teddy Atlas has to say about this fight, because if he's clowning GGG and his opponents, he's got to call this fight against Aries Lindy Lara. He's got to call this bullshit. So I can't wait to see what he has to say about this, because this fight is I would rather see Aries Lindy Lara versus Carlos Molina 2. Come on now. Call up James Kirkland or somebody. Call up somebody. Like, damn. T Street Controversy. T Street Controversy Live.